Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. Tonight, we present the first of our First Friday events. Each and every first Friday of the month in 2010, we'll offer half-price admission and fireworks after the races. We're happy that you've joined us here tonight for the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series. And as always, we will begin this evening with an invocation delivered by Mr. Ray Kaiser of the New Stanton United Methodist Church and the singing of our national anthem by Melissa Grimm. At this time, we ask that each and every one of you please rise up from your seats, and gentlemen, remove your caps. If you are moving around the Speedway grounds, we ask that you pause with us momentarily while we honor this great country and begin, as always, with our invocation. Mr. Kaiser?
Thank you, Mike. Dear Lord, we come to you with thankful hearts. We come to you humbly, Lord, thanking you for this beautiful evening, thanking you for the ability to just go out and have fun on a Friday. Lord God, I lift up each person here up in the stands and all the drivers and all the other people that help the drivers. I pray, Lord, that you would watch over us, bless and protect us, and help us to enjoy this evening in your presence. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Melissa Grimm.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Auto Parts Street Stocks. Jason Holder and Andrew Kostelnik in row number 1. Green flag is out, and we're racing. Jason Holder in car number 74 from Stoystown is the race leader. He has many victories here at Motordrome Speedway, but none since 2008. Side by side is Tom Knight in 76 and Andrew Kostelnik in 57. Knight in the 76 car, the oldest driver in the field. And Andrew Kostelnik in 57, fighting for second position. Here comes Minjok in 34, got his first career win in the street stocks 2 weeks back. Trouble for Knight as he falls out of the battle for second, nearly makes contact with defending champion Dink Colarusso. Now Andrew Kostelnik in sole possession of second place. Race leader is Jason Holder, beginning lap 3 of 8. Jason Holder opening up a big lead, but Aaron Minjok has closed in on the rear bumper of Andrew Kostelnik. This will be a battle for second position as crossed flags indicate halfway through heat race number 1 for the Napa Street Stocks. Colarusso pulls pit side. The Zero, the defending champion, heads to the infield with a mechanical problem. Jason Holder with a big lead here and 3 laps to go. Then Andrew Kostelnik, Aaron Minjock, and Tom Knight. Action settles down here in heat race number 1 for the Napa Street Stocks. These drivers will return later tonight with the drivers from heat race number 2 for this division. Their feature event will be 25 laps this evening and will be the first feature of the evening. White flag signals final lap. Although he's been out of victory lane in feature competition for surprisingly more than a full season, yet another heat race win in 2010 for Stoystown, Pennsylvania's Jason Holder. He takes the checkered flag over Andrew Kostelnik, Aaron Minjock, Tom Knight, and the rookie Tom Durdovich. 4 is Dustin Blank, and the 03 is Terry Schwartz from McKeesport. Green flag is out. 8 more laps for the Napa Street Stocks. One of our female competitors in this event, the 03 of rookie Terry Schwartz, only her 3rd week in the high-powered street stocks, and up front, the race leader is the defending 4-cylinder champion, Matt Sever, in his 2nd start as a street stock rookie, and he will lead lap number 1. Last week was our 2nd night of NASCAR competition, and your race leader, Matt Sever, was absent from competition due to his senior prom. And now he leads this 2nd heat race over a side-by-side battle between the 94 of Dustin Blank and the 00 of Scott Aiello. Four cars racing at the front of this pack with 6 laps remaining. Aiello in the 00, a winner on opening night, and Matt Sever in the 83, the leading winner last season in the 4-cylinder Super Compacts. All 4 drivers in this lead pack have been to Motordrome Victory Lane in the past couple of seasons. Aiello in the 00, who is now taking the lead from rookie Sever, won on opening night in only his 5th start in this division. Now Dustin Blank in the 94 takes 3rd from Gibala, but we have a new leader as they reach the scoring line on the front straight. At the midpoint of this heat race, Scott Aiello is the new leader in the HB Motorsports 00. The 83 of Sever now falling into a distant 2nd position, then veteran Dustin Blank in the 94, and young Teddy Gibala in car 3. Two laps to go. Aiello in the 00 car. That Chevrolet Monte Carlo was bright orange and yellow when he pulled into victory lane 2 weeks ago. And part of that first victory celebration was brand new body for that machine, now adorned in black. The 83 of Sever now feeling the pressure of Dustin Blank in 94. Just as we say that, Gibala challenges. White flag signals last lap. It's Matt Sever in 2nd, Dustin Blank in 3rd, Teddy Gibala in 4th. And they are now several car lengths behind the leader. Coming out of turn 4, it will be the driver from White Oak, Pennsylvania, who got a first feature win in 2010. Picking up the heat race checkered flag, Scott Aiello wins it over Matt Sever, Dustin Blank, and Teddy Gibala. Who's in this heat race? 34, Jim Nicola, 76, Todd Knight. 8 laps for the Wyotech Modifieds. Green flag is out. Side by side for the lead, Brian Shipp, a big winner in 2009. Gary Scott, who won last week for the first time since 2008, challenging him on the outside. Brian Shipp side by side with Gary Scott for the lead. Bobby Shipp side by side with Rich Nicola for 3rd. They are wheel to wheel in the Wyotech Modifieds, beginning to work lap number 2 of 8. Gary Scott hangs on to the high side of the speedway, and this time is just inches away from officially being scored in the lead with young Brian Shipp to his inside. Scott in the blue 16 car, a long-time veteran who has many, many victories here at Motordrome Speedway. He returned to victory lane last week, and Brian Shipp has 2 wins in his young modified career. They continue to duke it out side by side for the lead at the midpoint of this event. 4 laps down, 4 remaining. And Scott, the veteran, now has almost a full car length advantage over Shipp. Very close racing there in turn 4, and Gary Scott takes the lead. Officially at the scoring line with 3 laps to go, veteran Gary Scott from Irwin, now the race leader. Brian Shipp now leading his older brother Bobby Shipp in the 04 car. Bobby Shipp, one of the biggest winners of 2009, now chasing his younger brother. In 4th, Rich Nicola. In 5th, Troy Knight. 2 laps remaining. Brian Shipp in the 40 car has had a consistent 2010 so far after those first wins of his career in 09. Bobby Shipp in the 04 has had a couple mechanical problems in early 2010. White flag signals final lap. Bobby Shipp, the 3rd place driver on the speedway, has been 2nd in the championship points for 2 consecutive years at Motordrome Speedway. In front of him is brother Brian, and taking the checkered flag, last week's feature winner Gary Scott, defeating Brian Shipp, Bobby Shipp, Rich Nicola, and Troy Knight for Chris Brink. And in 00, Adam Kostelnik, the 6-time champion driver. No start that time, no start. Start was waved off as the cars were not properly aligned, so we'll stack them back up and try one more time to get an official start. And lines up in 3rd, a winner already this season. Outside row 1, young J.P. Weiser, a Motordrome rookie who takes the green flag. Chris Brink in car 3 was unable to come up to speed. He was a multiple feature winner in 2009. But up front, it's the rookie, Pat Hanley. Hanley has yet to see a checkered flag in his asphalt racing career, which is now 3 weeks old. Battle for 2nd, the veteran in car 96, Lonnie Hoffman, and the youngster J.P. Weiser in 17. He gets crossed up and allows Hoffman to move into 2nd. A great save made by the youngster, who's now side by side with Adam Kostelnik in the 00. J.P. Weiser's number 17 having serious handling problems as he drifts up the racetrack, and 6-time champion Adam Kostelnik moves beneath him. Kostelnik also a street stock champion here at Motordrome, a couple of times over in his long career. Up front, the battle for the lead on lap 3 of 8. Rookie Pat Hanley in the high lane, Lonnie Hoffman in the low lane. Wheel to wheel down the back straight, the veteran Hoffman will be taking the lead away in turn number 3. Crossed flag signal halfway. The new race leader is the hometown hero, Lonnie Hoffman. 2nd spot, Pat Hanley. 3rd, Adam Kostelnik. In 4th, J.P. Weiser, and Chris Brink in car 3. Always one of the faster modifieds, having a difficult time in this heat race. Brink was a multiple winner in 09. And has raced at the front all season to this point in 2010. 3 laps to go, and how about this? Adam Kostelnik pulls up to the rear bumper of his former ride. There will be no love lost in this battle for 2nd, as the 6-time champion driver is 3rd. The 6-time champion car that carried him to those titles looms just in front of him. Kostelnik now driving the HB Motorsports 00, a brand new team formed for this season for the veteran. And Pat Hanley gets a bumper tap from the driver that used to steer that car as the white flag signals final lap. Lonnie Hoffman with a big lead, but Adam Kostelnik and his former ride now steered by Pat Hanley fighting for 2nd. Out of turn number 4, a fantastic 2010 so far for Lonnie Hoffman, who takes another checkered flag. Pat Hanley holds on to 2nd over Adam Kostelnik, with J.P. Weiser holding off Chris Brink. Barry Audi. 10 laps the distance for the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models. Green flag is out. Matt Gardner in car 7 has been learning the ropes of a NASCAR Subway Super Late Model, and instantly the defending champion Mark Catone takes the lead, bringing Dan Lewis the high groove into the second spot. Barry Audi started last. He's up to third in 1 lap. Audi in car 75, victorious last season here at Motordrome. He's a 2-track champion at the Jennerstown Speedway and the Clearfield Speedway, and he challenges Dan Lewis to the inside. Lewis, making his first start of the season, falls back to third. And on lap 2 of 10, the race leader is defending track champion Mark Catone. Catone was in victory lane last Friday night with car 31. Then it's Barry Audi who is gaining quickly on the race leader Catone. Dan Lewis and Gary Wiltrout in 95. Wiltrout in 4th position, just like the 2nd place driver Barry Audi, is a multi-track champion, as Wiltrout has won the title at Jennerstown Speedway and here at Motordrome. He's had mechanical problems through our opening 2 weeks, however, in car 95. Mark Catone, the race leader in car 31, using an abnormally high lane around the speedway, and Barry Audi in 75 closes in on him. This time around, the crossed flags will signal to the drivers halfway through heat number 1 for the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models. Battle for third, Gary Wiltrout in 95 pulls to the inside of the 8 of Dan Lewis. Wiltrout gets that position in turn 3. Lewis battles back on the high side, but goes way too high. Now Chris Bailey challenges, and Bailey in the 17 car moves into 4th. Early in this event, race leader Mark Catone was losing car lengths in his lead interval to Barry Audi. Now he is stretching it out. As we begin to work lap 7 of 10, it's Catone leading Audi, then Gary Wiltrout and Chris Bailey Jr. Bailey in car 17, a former Rookie of the Year at the Lake Erie Speedway and former national champion in Bandoleros racing. This time with 2 laps to go, Barry Audi in the 75 gains in a big way on race leader Mark Catone. Audi driving the Wheeler Brothers Stoystown Auto Wrecking 75. Closing in on the Mama Peppino's Pizza Auto Express 31 of Mark Catone. White flag signals final lap, and there's a battle for third. Chris Bailey challenges the veteran and will take over third position officially here on lap 9. Let's see if he can hold it to the checkered flag as the youngster is inside the veteran. But coming into turn number 4, another heat race winner and last week's feature winner, former Motordrome champ Mark Catone, takes the checkered flag over Barry Audi, Chris Bailey Jr., Gary Wiltrout, and Dan Lewis. Dave Wiltsey, 10 more laps of action for the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models. Green flag is out. Top 4 drivers starting this heat race have all been to victory lane at Motordrome. Neil Brown gets the early lead. He won the first feature event of 2010. Bobby Henry in car 11, gliding around Paul Urso into second in the high lane of the speedway. Now it's Urso side by side with the 60 of Tommy Beck. Beck, a dirt track racer on Saturday nights. The driver for Bent's Motorsports in the 60 here on Fridays takes away the third position. Bobby Henry in car 11 reaches up to touch the rear bumper of Neil Brown, and we got a lead challenge. Bobby Henry darts to the inside, Neil Brown on the outside, and Henry set to lead for perhaps the first time in 2010. On lap 3 of 10, the race leader, Bobby Henry, 115 career victories for the veteran from Connellsville in car 11. Neil Brown in car 98 now faces a challenge from the 60 of Tommy Beck. Beck has the inside lane, but gets a wheel into the grass in turns 1 and 2. Nathan Russell is into 4th, making his first start of the season in the Lesser Lumber 26 car. The Kerwinsville teenager into a top 5 spot at the midpoint of this event. Tommy Beck still to the inside of Neil Brown for second, but Brown maintains the position. Into 3, Tommy Beck outbreaks Neil Brown. They nearly make contact in that fight for second. Four laps remaining, and Beck stays glued to the door of Neil Brown. They have been side by side all the way around the Motordrome Oval for 2 laps, trying to decide who will finish in second position in heat number 2. And now Beck, officially at the scoring line, takes over the runner-up spot with the Stans Transmissions Monarch Oil Chevrolet number 60. Neil Brown stays right with him in the R&M Trucking O'Shea Lumber Hunter's Peterbilt Davies Ford. 2 laps to go. Bobby Henry has not just taken the lead, he has put a hurtin' on this field. The Palagrudo Motorsports entry, the Stone & Company Megan Ford number 11 for the former track champion, stretching out his lead over Tommy Beck, Neil Brown, and Nathan Russell as the white flag signals final lap. Teenager Nathan Russell in 26 is about to challenge last year's leading winner Neil Brown for third, but no one has anything for that Palagrudo Motorsports entry. Coming out of turn 4 to take the checkered flag, Bobby Henry, a heat race winner over Tommy Beck, Neil Brown, Nathan Russell, and Paul Urso. Green flag is out. Zombar in car 64 had a tough time. Oh, we got a spin. Todd Price gets shoved down into the apron and makes a veteran save. Did some agricultural racing off the pavement in turns 1 and 2, but hangs on to the race car. Race leader is Steve Black, Joe Moose in second. 3 wide, nearly entering turn number 1 as Mark Poole now grabs the runner-up spot from Moose, and the race leader is slowed with a caution flag. Everybody is on the brakes as we have debris laying in turns 1 and 2 after Todd Price got off the racing surface. He was shoved down there in traffic. In the office tonight, green flag is out, 9 more laps to go. Steve Black, the race leader. Challenge for second, Mark Poole to the outside of the 83 of Joe Moose. Also a challenge for fourth, Todd Price roaring back from that off-track incident to the outside of Michael Zombar. Keep your eyes on Price as a recent first-time winner in this division, the Stoystown Auto Wrecking. Frankie Day Oldie Show, D&D Office Plus Ford has climbed into 4th. In 3rd spot, the Howard Johnson Pontiac 83 of Joe Moose from Derry. 2nd position, the Howard Concrete Products, Donaldson Supply Chevrolet of Mark Poole, and race leader is Steve Black. And again, Cody Quarrick brings the Arsenberger Trucking entry down pit lane. Tough break for that young man in his birthday week. Halfway through this event, Steve Black in car 1. Leading Mark Poole in the challenge for 3rd in turns 1 and 2. Todd Price takes that spot away. The Alum Bank, Pennsylvania driver on the move. A former kingpin in limited late model racing at the Jennerstown Speedway. And Mark Poole in the 96 car is quickly closing in on Steve Black as 2 drivers have checked out on the rest of this field with 4 laps to go. We may have a fight for the lead before the checkered flag is displayed in this one. Black, the race leader, former champion of the truck division here at Motordrome Speedway, car 1. And Mark Poole in the 96, a graduate of Legacy Car Racing. Now Poole swings to the outside. Black tries to slam the door on him. 2 laps to go. Steve Black looking for a career first heat race victory. And Mark Poole chasing him down, racing for points in the NASCAR series. Now Mark Poole looks to the inside of Steve Black. White flag, this will be the final lap to settle this heat race win. Black's Toyota, unsponsored at the moment, holding off Poole's Chevrolet. Will Poole pick the inside or outside. Poole dives to the inside on the final lap. Black throws it into turn 3 hard. Here comes Poole. They make contact in turn 4. Coming to the checkered flag, it will be Steve Black by inches over Mark Poole for a first career heat race win. Michael Zombar comes home in third over Todd Price and Joe Moose. 15 is Zane Farrell, the Ruffsdale teenager. Ed Sheltman in car 20, Tracy Keller in 1, Gary Ankrum in 21. Green flag is out, 6 laps the distance in heat race number 1 for the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers. Christoffel, the early race leader, Sheltman into second. Here comes Zane Farrell in car 14. A great story to tell you later tonight about that young driver. He is side by side with Sheltman of Pittsburgh. These Charger Division race cars are street passenger cars with 8-cylinder engines, rear-wheel drive, competing on street tires, and modified only for driver safety. Race leader is Christoffel. He and the 14 of Farrell are both former feature winners at Motordrome. The 20 car of Ed Sheltman of Pittsburgh looking for a career first win. Meanwhile, former division champion in car 1, Tracy Keller from Asheville, Pennsylvania, challenging for third. Zane Farrell now looking to the outside of the 04 of Christoffel. They are bumper to bumper out of turn 4, halfway home. Christoffel feeling the pressure of young Zane Farrell. Zane Farrell last weekend missed the heat race to attend his senior prom, then came here in his tuxedo to race the feature, and he's now side by side with the 04 of Jimmy Christoffel. The 1 of Tracy Keller is third. And now Farrell has a half a car length lead. Less than 2 laps to go now. They're still side by side in turn 3. Look at this, coming to the scoring line for the final lap. Farrell is the leader by half a car length. Now a full car length as Tracy Keller challenges for second. After his prom date, sat here in the grandstands in her dress to watch her driver run the feature. The king of the prom, Zane Farrell, out of turn 4 to take the checkered flag over Jimmy Christoffel, Tracy Keller, Ed Sheltman, and John Scott. Stable, Ed McConnell. The 40 is George Stuyvesant making his first start, and 51 is Mary Catherine Shimko. 3 wide in turn 1 as Garchak drops back. Al Minjock on the inside of Kristen Etling. Will we be 3 wide again? Here comes Ed McConnell. We have 2 lady drivers in this event as Mary Catherine Shimko, the younger female in car 51, is also in the field. And in just 1 lap, the driver who has won both of her heats in 2010 and both of her features in 2010, Kristen Etling, takes the lead, a soon-to-be college graduate in car number 8 over Ron Eifert and Ed McConnell. Etling opens up a big lead over Ron Eifert. Eifert, one of the youngest drivers in this division. Then Ed McConnell in third, Al Minjock in fourth, halfway, cross flag signaling. 3 laps down and 3 to go. In 2009, Kristen Etling came very close to a first career feature win, but did not achieve it. In 2010, she's undefeated. White flag will signal final lap for heat race number 2. of the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers. After this event, we will have our 2 final preliminary heats, and then it's showtime. Feature events coming up after the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. Coming out of turn 4, 3rd heat race win in 3 weeks for Kristen Ettling in car 8 over Ron Eifert III, Ed McConnell, Al Minjock, and Bob Garchak Jr. Feature winner last year, Paul Koffler Jr. Green flag is out. They're immediately 3 wide in the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. Early race leader is Steve Long. Steve Long, the race leader. Paul Koffler, the third in car 48, in second. How about this for an announcement? The driver of car 48 recently found out he's about to be a father. Paul Koffler III in second position. Soon to be a new dad. Hey, they're 3 wide behind him. It's Zerfoss, Schwartz, and Knight. Zerfoss on the inside in 23, Jessica Knight 76, and the 31 of Bill Schwartz. Young Bill Schwartz challenging for 3rd in car 31, got a career first victory here just a couple of weeks back. 27 of Steve Long is the race leader. This is his first start of the season after a couple of wins last year. Steve Long with a big lead over Koffler. Koffler and Zerfoss in the 23. Surrounding the 31 of Bill Schwartz. All 4 of those drivers have been to victory lane at some point in their Motordrome career. Koffler's got a loose hood on the 48, it would seem. Let's hope that stays on until the completion of this 6-lap heat race. White flag is displayed for the former Jennerstown champion, Steve Long, in car 27. Heated action at the back of this pack between Koffler in the 05, Knight in the 76, but up front, the first start results in a first heat race win for Steve Long over Paul Koffler III, Bill Schwartz, Eugene Zerfoss, and Paul Koffler Jr. 38 is June Mihalik, and 47 is Mark Tringes Jr. as the green flag waves. 6 laps for the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. Remind you that our good friends at Coca-Cola sponsoring a terrific giveaway at the souvenir stand this evening. You can stop down there and sign up to win that replica hood of the Coca-Cola NASCAR Sprint Cup drivers. Make sure you fill out an entry blank. We will draw for the winner coming up on June 4th, our next First Friday event. Dale Grubbs Jr., the early race leader in car 62, a rookie. Opening night was his first time on a racetrack. In second spot, it's the 25 car of Mike George. 44, Mary Catherine Shimko into the 3rd position now, making a move for position. The 47, Mark Tringes Jr. Working lap 2 of 6 for the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. Heat race number 2. 33 car. Got to mention the rookie driver in his second start. Looks like a John Komarinsky car. That's his nephew, Kyle Komarinsky. As we're halfway home, we got a challenge for the lead. Kevin Keffer, the veteran, closing in on 62 of Dale Grubbs Jr. 47 of Mark Tringes, moving up into 3rd. Dale Grubbs Jr. in the 62 machine. trying to hold off a dirt track veteran. The 14 of Kevin Keffer has raced for years on the Farmington dirt track, not too far from here at Motordrome. White flag signals final lap. We may have a rookie heat race winner. Oh, look at the traffic crowding around young Kyle Zimmerman. I'm sorry, young Kyle Komarinsky, who makes his second career start in the 33 car. Keffer, who was just challenging for the lead, is now trying to hold on to second as the 47 of Tringes Jr. closes in. And that allows the rookie to take the checkered flag. Dale Grubbs Jr. with a win over Kevin Keffer, Mark Tringes, Mary Catherine Shimko, and rookie Mike George. We get set for 25 laps of feature racing action. In the Napa Street Stocks, Teddy Gabala and Dustin Blank lead them to the green. Dustin Blank, a winner in 2009. He has experience in the NASCAR late models as well. Teddy Gabala into second. Matt Sever, the rookie, fighting for third with Tom Knight Sr. As Sever takes away the third spot, Knight falls back. Andrew Kostelnik makes a pass. Jason Holder now side by side with the veteran. It's all Dustin Blank up front with Teddy Gabala in second. Matt Sever in car 83, the former Jonathan Heilman car. Hey, we're 3 wide on the back straight. Defending champ Colarusso was on the inside of both Knight and Minjock. Started to say that Matt Sever in the 83 car with a former Jonathan Heilman ride. That car has been to victory lane, but that rookie driver not yet in this division as Andrew Kostelnik battles for third now. Working lap 4 of 25, side by side for fourth. Jason Holder in 74. Heat race winner earlier tonight, Matt Sever in 83. Aaron Minjock watches that battle from the 6th position. Holder now completes the pass of Sever on the back straight. Now here comes Aaron Minjock, the recent first-time winner in car 34, to challenge the rookie. Contact made in the battle at the back of the pack. Dink Colarusso got into the 34 of Aaron Minjock. That allows the 00 of Scott Aiello to challenge. They were really stacked up back about 7th and 8th there. On lap 7 of 25, the lead battle tightens as Teddy Gabala in car 3 is gaining on the 94 of Dustin Blank. Blank had about a 6 car length advantage, and coming out of turn 4, Gabala poised to go side by side with the veteran. Race leader Dustin Blank has competed in street stocks, late models, Goodies Dash Series action, and virtually every division of pavement racing. Last year he was a street stock winner. Teddy Gabala, a multiple feature winner here at Motordrome in his young career. Here on lap 9, the leaders will soon be approaching the lapped machine of Terry Schwartz, the rookie in car 03. Up to third, it's Andrew Kostelnik. In fourth, it's Jason Holder. Fifth, Matt Sever. But now all eyes are on the lead. Dustin Blank and Teddy Gabala forced to move to the outside around the Terry Schwartz 03 car. And Blank was able to gain a couple of car lengths as a result of encountering the slower machine. Here's an indication of how tough this field of competitors is. The two race winners of 2010 and the defending champion are nowhere near the top 5, battling for positions 8, 9, and 10. Here on lap 12 of 25, it's Dustin Blank, Teddy Gabala, Andrew Kostelnik, and Jason Holder. In turn 4, Gabala has the inside lane. Blank drifts up too high, and coming to the scoring line for halfway, Gabala has his best run on the leader yet. Teddy Gabala, the young Coulter, Pennsylvania driver, and veteran Dustin Blank from Valencia, Pennsylvania. Now Andrew Kostelnik in car 57 has closed in on the lead duo. We may have a 3-car fight for the victory. Holder is all by himself in 4th, as Andrew Kostelnik was close enough to reach out and touch the back bumper of Gabala, who was just threatening for the lead about 2 laps ago. Dustin Blank in the DeWitt Transportation Monte Carlo 94, and Teddy Gabala in 3. Now with Andrew Kostelnik joining the battle. Each time in turn 4, Blank drifts up high, and each time he maintains the lead at the scoring line. Teddy Gabala has what might be considered the preferred line on the bottom, but Blank is able to make that car work on the high side. A trio of Chevrolet Monte Carlos beginning to work lap 17 at the flag stand. 25 laps the distance, and this is going to be a close finish for the Napa Auto Parts Street Stocks. Dustin Blank again content to use the middle of the racetrack. Gabala using the bottom. How about this? Coming up from deep in this field in car 00, Scott Aiello. Aiello has passed several cars and now challenges Holder for 4th. The 00 may be the fastest car on the racetrack. Andrew Kostelnik in car 57 now moves to the outside of Teddy Gabala's number 3, but the man on the move is opening night winner Scott Aiello in car 00. 4 cars will be battling for the lead with now 5 laps to go. Gabala on the inside, Kostelnik on the outside. Blank continues to lead. There may be a lapped car bringing into this battle. Here they come closing in on Durdovich. The rookie in car 23 is in harm's way as they come down the front straight. 4 laps to go and a 4-car battle. Dustin Blank, the race-long leader. Teddy Gabala has been challenging repeatedly. Here comes Andrew Kostelnik. Here comes Scott Aiello. AK chassis drivers 3rd and 4th, and Scott Aiello spinning in turn number 4. Matt Sever tries to avoid. I don't believe contact was made as Sever got on the brakes. Durdovich went high to miss him. And after charging from deep in the field, Scott Aiello spins with 4 laps to go. The green flag will wave. And we're back to full speed. All race long, Dustin Blank has liked the high side. Now Teddy Gabala gets the jump on the restart. Look out, we're 3 wide, contact. Andrew Kostelnik spins the race long leader. Jason Holder's caught up in the incident, and the caution flag will wave again. He starts 3rd. Then Aaron Minjock now with a shot at it from 4th. Green is back out. With 4 laps to go, Teddy Gabala took the lead after restarting in the high groove. Now Andrew Kostelnik gets the high lane for the restart. Minjok, meanwhile, swipes the third spot away from Colarusso. And there are 3 laps to go. Aaron Minjok in 34 just might make this a 3-car battle. Scott Aiello, after the spin, is back up into the top 5 in the 00. Still anybody's race with 2 laps remaining. Teddy Gabala, Andrew Kostelnik now breaking away by a couple car lengths from Aaron Minjok and Scott Aiello. White flag will signal final lap to Teddy Gabala in the 3. Minjok goes side by side with Kostelnik. After wrestling the lead away from a veteran, after surviving the 3-wide chaos on lap 21, returning to victory lane at Motordrome Speedway, it's Teddy Gabala over Andrew Kostelnik, Scott Aiello, Aaron Minjok, and Dink Colarusso. Now, Teddy, you've been absent from victory lane here at the Motordrome Speedway for a while. When was the last time you pulled here on the front straight for a photo session?
The end of 2008, probably.
Last season, you were fast, you were at the front, you just could never kick down the door to a victory. Were there changes made to this car during the off-season that put you here in victory lane tonight?
Really, there's not too many changes. You just had to fix a couple things, make sure everything ran right, make sure it didn't overheat like last season.
And a chance to thank your sponsors here in your return to Motordrome Victory Lane.
I'd like to thank Singer Glass, E.A. Schwab, Dairy Queen, my dad and Gary, without whom today I would never be here, my girlfriend, my mom, and everyone that supports me and all the fans.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, Napa Street Stock feature winner from Coulter, Pennsylvania, Teddy Gabala. Unified rookie Troy Knight, and in car 3 from Glen Campbell, Pennsylvania, Chris Brink. Wyotech Modifieds, 25 laps, green and racing. Into turn number 1, early race leader is Rich Nicola. 0-4. Bobby Shipp into second spot, then wheel to wheel for third. Adam Kostelnik in his new HB Motorsports entry, and Brian Shipp. Now the Shipp brothers, second and third on the racetrack behind Rich Nicola. Rich Nicola in car 34, a veteran driver, leading his first feature laps in several seasons as the former Pure Stock dominator. Oh, we got trouble back there, third and fourth spot. Adam Kostelnik dropped a couple of wheels off the racetrack in the 00. It's Rich Nicola leading. It's Bobby Shipp in second, Brian Shipp in third, then Lonnie Hoffman and Adam Kostelnik. Challenge for the lead down the back straight. Last year's second in championship points driver and second leading winner Bobby Shipp in the 04. Wheel to wheel with Nicola for the lead, and by just a bumper. As we score lap number 5, Bobby Shipp is the race leader, then promptly drops a wheel into the grass. Drivers using the lowest possible lane of turns 1 and 2 tonight, and that allows Rich Nicola to storm back out in front of Shipp. Now in turn 4, Shipp has the advantage in the inside lane. And now by a full car length. Takes the lead here on lap 6 after he led by just inches on lap 5. Rich Nicola, surprisingly strong tonight, hanging with the younger of the Shipp Racing brothers. Brian Shipp in third and challenging for second. Here comes Lonnie Hoffman in the 96, the hometown hero. Feature winner 2 weeks ago. as Rich Nicola, the early race leader, now falls into 4th position. It's Bobby Shipp leading younger brother Brian Shipp, then Lonnie Hoffman and Rich Nicola, who has settled in between Hoffman and Adam Kostelnik. We're working lap number 9 of 25 for the Wyotech Open Wheel Modifieds. It's Shipp and Shipp at the front of this field. Lonnie Hoffman, Rich Nicola, Adam Kostelnik, side by side. Chris Brink in the 3 and the 16 car. Last week's winner, Gary Scott. Working lap 11. Lonnie Hoffman in car 96 has broken away from 4th place driver Rich Nicola, and it looks to be 3 cars driving away from the rest of this field. The brothers Shipp and Lonnie Hoffman in 3rd. After a dismal heat race, Chris Brink has figured out the troubles in car number 3, and the Glenn Campbell Gambler using his signature outside lane. He's passed Gary Scott. He's now passing Adam Kostelnik, and the 3 car is on the move. Chris Brink, a multiple feature winner in 2009. Hey, we got a spin on the front straight. Caution flag is out. Spin for young J.P. Weiser here on the front straight, the 17 junior car. Chris Brink, the man on the move, lining up in 5th. Adam Kostelnik makes a pit stop, and he has not yet caught up to the field as we're working lap 13 of 25. Brian Shipp on the outside, challenging his big brother for the lead. The hometown hero, Lonnie Hoffman, in 3rd place. Wheel to wheel, the racing brothers. Bobby Shipp inside, Brian Shipp outside. Both were in victory lane in 2009, and Bobby Shipp gets a tap from Lonnie Hoffman. And the new race leader on lap 15 is Brian Shipp. The man on the move continues to be the 3 of Chris Brink. He has now moved around the Rich Nicola car. He is up to 4th and right on Lonnie Hoffman's rear bumper to challenge for 3rd. How about young Brian Shipp taking the lead away from his brother Bobby? Lonnie Hoffman was challenging for the lead briefly, but now he's going to have his hands full with Chris Brink in the 3. Hoffman goes from challenging for 2nd to defending 3rd. Pat Hanley, the rookie in car 60, now challenging Rich Nicola on the inside for 5th position. And Hanley advances himself onto the scoreboard, working lap 18 of 25. Here comes Chris Brink, the Glenn Campbell Gambler, to the outside of Lonnie Hoffman. Brink, who always prefers the outside lane at Motordrome Speedway with car number 3. Multiple feature wins in 2009, challenging an early winner of 2010 for 3rd. Hoffman on the bottom, Brink up high. Brink started way back in this field after a dismal heat race performance tonight. He's found the problem, he's corrected the problem, and he's about to challenge Bobby Shipp for 2nd. Playing bumper tag on the front straight, the 3 of Chris Brink. Now moving to the outside of Bobby Shipp with just 5 laps to go, and Bobby Shipp slams the door on him. They nearly made contact on the back straight. Brian Shipp, the race leader. Now Brink with a good run to the high side again here in turns 1 and 2. And again, Shipp moves to the outside. Brink racing conservatively, let him have the 2nd position back. And now as Bobby Ship tags the rear bumper of his brother, Chris Brink challenges to the outside again. Bobby Ship to the outside of his brother. Here comes Chris Brink changing to the inside. Will we go 3 wide for the lead? Oh, Brian Ship loses control, jumps on the brakes, and holds up Chris Brink, taking Brink out of contention. At the same time, something has broken on the 40 car. 2 laps to go, and the race leader falls out of contention in the heat of battle. An innocent victim is Chris Brink, who drove a whale of a race to get up into the top 3 positions. Now it's Bobby Ship, the race leader, as the white flag signals final lap. Can Lonnie Hoffman mount a challenge now? What an incredible lap number 23. And now that we're on lap 24, it's a 2-horse race between Lonnie Hoffman and Bobby Ship. Pat Hanley has driven a whale of a race into a podium position of 3rd, but coming out of turn 4, it will be Bobby Ship with his first win of 2010 over Lonnie Hoffman, Pat Hanley, Rich Nicola, and Gary Scott. Well, Bobby Ship, I know you just got some bad news about your race team here. How does that feel when you're wheel-to-wheel in an open-wheel modified and the guy you're fighting for the win with is not only driving a car from your race team, but also happens to be your brother?
You know, we've been kind of jacking each other off over the winter about who's going to be faster, and I'll push you out of the way, he'll push me out of the way type of thing. But we've never, ever touched since we started racing together, not even in practice goofing off. We never screwed around, because you start playing games, you know, you're liable to cause something you didn't really mean to do. But I don't know. Like I said, I didn't know what happened. I thought it was going to be him and then me, 1-2, and his car started, slowing up the last couple laps, and I figure I might as well try and bombing it on the outside and see if I can make it stick, try and make a race out of it. But I'm glad to win, but I don't want to win it like that, especially stealing one from my little brother.
And a chance to thank your sponsors for this first win of 2010.
I need to thank NGR Truck and Trailer, Orama Tavern, Clancher Chiropractic, and Team Nuts. I want to thank my family and my brother for helping me out with the car, all my family for the support that they provide me, and all the fans for coming out tonight. Even though there's a chance of rain, hopefully we'll get to show and see some fireworks. And this is the newest member of Ship Motorsports right here. This is my son David James, so he gets to see his dad win for the first time.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, a new father in victory lane for the first time in 2010, Bobby Ship. 96, big winner in 09. Green flag is out. The NASCAR Subway Super Late Models up to full speed for 50 laps of action. Oh, contact there in the middle of the field, fighting for 4th and 5th positions. Up front, Nathan Russell in car 26. He has led feature laps in his young career, and he will reach the scoring line to lead lap 1 over former track champion Gary Wiltrout. Mark Poole is 3rd. Then some separation back to 4th after that contact on the start. That is Todd Price holding off the 1 of Steve Black, the 17 of Chris Bailey. Then it's Neil Brown and Barry Audi door to door. Challenge for 4th position now. 2 drivers who have had their best career finishes already in 2010. Steve Black, who got a 2nd place on opening night, and opening night winner Todd Price in 51. Both of those drivers with their best ever finishes, and here on lap 3, Black takes away 4th and then runs away from the Todd Price 51 car. Now Neil Brown in 98 moves to the inside of Price. Sparks coming out of the 98 car. And there's some more contact in the middle of the field. Paul Urso got the worst of that. He drops back a few positions here on lap 4. Up front, it's single file. Best action on the speedway is the door-to-door battle for 5th with Neil Brown and Todd Price. Both winners early in 2010. Both driving Fords and both glued together around this speedway for a solid 2 laps now, just in front of the 60 of Tommy Beck and the 75 of Barry Audi. Behind them, it's more door-to-door racing. Mark Catone and Chris Bailey Jr. And Price gets moved up the banking in turn 4, drops back 2 spots as Neil Brown is now in sole position of 5th. Tommy Beck is 6th and looking to challenge for that 5th position. Up front, it's all Nathan Russell to this point. The Leather Lumber. Russell Stone and Paving 26 machine. The Bellevue Chassis Center ride is tuned perfectly tonight for the young driver. High school football star last season, high school graduate now making his first start of 2010. And Russell is outrunning former champion Gary Wiltrout at the front of this field here on lap 8. Now in the center of the back straight, headed into turn 3, Tommy Beck has taken the 5th position away from Neil Brown, and here comes Subway Challenge driver Barry Audi. Audi just inches in front of Brown for the 6th position officially. Here comes defending champ Mark Catone challenging. Neil Brown having a rare off night here at Motordrome. 28 of Dave Wiltsey is off the pace and headed pit side. We're working lap 10 of 50. And the race leader is Nathan Russell. He has led feature laps before. We'll call him a sophomore driver after he had only a few starts in 2008, was a regular competitor in 09, makes his first start in 2010. Not surprising that he's leading, but it is surprising that he is putting distance between himself and former track champion Gary Wiltrout. Mark Poole is 3rd, Steve Black is 4th, and in the center of the back straight, more door-to-door action. Barry Audi pulls alongside of Tommy Beck. Beck just took the 5th position from Neil Brown. Now we're going to be nearly 3 wide with Catone in that battle. 3 of Motordrome's strongest competitors over the past few seasons are fighting a torrid battle for 5th position, and they are many, many car lengths off the rear bumper of 4th place driver Steve Black. Drivers in 5th and 6th, Barry Audi and Tommy Beck. They're probably exchanging paint, but both cars are black, so who could tell? Mark Catone watches that battle. Up front, the action is still single file, so we'll turn our attention to this door. Oh, we got problems now in the lead battle. In the back straight, Nathan Russell got a little bit crossed up coming out of turn 2. Everybody had to back off. The youngster maintains the lead, but Wiltrout has closed up. And how about Steve Black in car number 1? Oh, we got a problem in turn 4. The battle has overheated for 5th position as Tommy Beck in the 60 drives away with a flat tire, and Barry Audi, the Subway Challenge driver, has spun. Paul Urso in the 37 spun to avoid contact. Matt Gardner in the 7 spun to avoid contact. I'm not sure if Urso in the 37 actually slammed into the Audi machine or not. Mark Catone was right with that battle, and he stays out on the speedway in 5th position if he doesn't need to pit. Wiltrout, the former champion, Mark Poole, Steve Black, and now Mark Catone in 5th. Green flag is back out. 15 of 50 laps completed. Will it be a first-time win for Nathan Russell? Will Gary Wiltrout finally finish a feature event without the mechanical woes that have plagued his first 2 rounds of NASCAR competition in 2010? Mark Poole sits 3rd, and Steve Black, on the heels of a recent career best 2nd place finish, riding in 4th, and here comes the lead challenge. Gary Wiltrout drops to the inside of Nathan Russell. In turn 4, the veteran takes over the point position. After his teammate Bobby Henry won a heat race earlier tonight, former track champion Gary Wiltrout on lap 17 becomes the race leader. Mark Poole in 2nd, Nathan Russell now back to 3rd. Mark Catone moves around the 1 of Steve Black. The defending champion is on the move, last week's winner. Just as quickly as Wiltrout challenged Russell for the lead, here comes Mark Poole looking to the inside of Wiltrout. Mark Poole from 84, Pennsylvania, one of the biggest winners of 2009. And before that challenge, we've got a challenge for 3rd, Mark Catone, last week's winner to the inside of young Nathan Russell. Russell could be back as far as 4th after restarting in the lead on lap 15. We are now working lap 20, and Catone secures the 3rd position after starting deep in this field. Catone had the help of that caution flag where 3 drivers in front of him were sent to the tail for that spin, including Tommy Beck and Barry Audi. It's now Gary Wiltrout, Mark Poole, Mark Catone, Nathan Russell, and Steve Black. Thank you. Gary Wiltrout, the Palagrudo Motorsports entry, the Stone and Company, Megan Ford number 95, holding the inside lane, and it was nearly a dead heat at the scoring line on lap 22, but officially, Mark Poole is the new race leader. Wiltrout falls back to second, and right there is Mark Catone. Catone to the high side of Wiltrout. Race leader Mark Poole now moves away by about 3 car lengths. Mark Catone in car 31. Oh, he nearly made contact as Wiltrout crossed from the inside lane to the outside, exiting turn 2. But 2 veteran champions, no contact made. Battle continues on as a clean fight. Mark Catone in the Auto Express, Mama Pepino's Pizza, Evanuic Racing Engines 31. Challenging Wiltrout. And behind them a challenge as Steve Black pulls to the inside of early race leader Nathan Russell. That'll be the battle for 4th. Todd Price heads pit side, and it's now only by inches that Gary Wiltrout hangs on to 2nd over Mark Catone. We are at the midpoint of tonight's NASCAR Subway Super Late Model feature. Mark Poole, the leader, side by side for 2nd, Mark Catone and Gary Wiltrout. Side by side for 4th, Steve Black and Nathan Russell. On lap 26, Mark Catone officially scored in 2nd position, but he has yet to complete the pass. As they work toward the scoring line, who's going to be the runner-up this time? Wiltrout with a good run on the outside, but Catone completes the pass by a car length on lap 27. Steve Black in the 1 now racing very close with the 26 of Nathan Russell. They almost got together in turn 1. That is the battle for 4th. Black on the inside, Russell on the outside. Black, the former truck division champion. For the time being, Russell maintains the 4th position over the veteran. Up front, Mark Poole, the Howard Concrete Pumping Donaldson Supply Chevrolet number 96, a graduate of Legacy Car Racing. Out in front on lap 29, he's got a lead build up, but Mark Catone in 31 is quickly outrunning Gary Wiltrout and could be gaining on the race leader. Russell hangs on to 4th, then Steve Black. Neil Brown, early race winner in 2010. Back in the 6th spot ahead of heat race winner Bobby Henry in the 11 with 20 laps to go. Contact made in that battle for the 4th position as Steve Black moves around the 26 of Russell. Leaders now moving around the lapped car of Joe Moose, number 83. Hard to tell at this point on lap 32 if, in fact, Mark Catone is cutting down the lead of Mark Poole. He is clearly pulled away from Gary Wiltrout, but still plenty of time remaining for Catone to mount a challenge for his 2nd consecutive win in an attempt to become the first repeat winner in 2010 at Motordrome. Single file now, the top 5, 6 positions. Mark Poole, the race leader, at one point in his career after nearly winning a Jennerstown Speedway track championship, losing that title by 1 point, toyed with the idea of retirement. Then in 2008 became one of the biggest winners at Motordrome, followed that up with a similar big winning season in 2009. Now he leads the defending track champion with 15 laps to go. Gary Wiltrout in 2nd, the 2002 Motordrome track champion. Steve Black in 4th, another outstanding run. Nathan Russell in 5th, with Neil Brown 6th, Bobby Henry 7th, Chris Bailey Jr. in 8th after a stellar heat race run tonight. And Tommy Beck in 60 has climbed back into the top 10 after the spin. Working lap 38, and the lead interval may be actually growing for Mark Poole. There will be lap traffic looming ahead as rookie Matt Gardner in the 7 and Dan Lewis making his first start of the season in the 8. Those cars will be approached before the finish of this 50-lap event. And Russell is off the pace in car 26. The early race leader slows dramatically on the front straight. We'll see if he heads pit side. And a stellar run for the young driver from Kerwinsville comes to an end as Russell makes the hard turn into the pit area with 10 laps to go. Race leader Mark Poole in turn 3, closing in on rookie Matt Gardner. Gardner, the no-whack painting. Bombardier sponsored number 7, the defending Charger champion. About to go a lap down, it does not appear that Mark Catone will be able to mount a challenge as Will Trout is all by himself in 3rd, Catone all by himself in 2nd, and Poole now coming to put a lap on Gardner. Nathan Russell's car not even able to limp back to his own trailer on pit lane. Tough break as there are now 7 laps remaining. As Mark Catone puts a lap on the 7 of Matt Gardner, Gary Wiltrout has closed in just a bit, but Gardner will slow his progress in turn 4. Leader Mark Poole puts Joe Moose a lap down with 5 to go. Positions holding steady inside the top 8 or 9 spots. Working lap 46 now, and the challenge for 2nd position becomes a heated one into turn number 1. Gary Wiltrout on the inside, Mark Catone on the outside, and Wiltrout is turning around his 2010 in a big way tonight. After rear end problems, axle problems, he has just taken the runner-up spot away from the defending track champion here in the closing stages. Wiltrout into 2nd, but not nearly enough time to mount a challenge on race leader Mark Poole. Poole now puts a lap on the 8 car of Dan Lewis, closes in on the 6 of Cody Quarrick. White flag waving for Mark Poole, the veteran driver from 84 Pennsylvania. A top-notch racer in legacy car competition early in his career. Another reason to put off retirement for the veteran driver. Again, in 2010, Mark Poole becomes a feature winner at Motordrome in the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models over Gary Wiltrout, Mark Catone, Steve Black, and Neil Brown. I was telling the fans as you opened up your lead, there was a point in your career where you talked about the R word. You were going to retire from this game, and now you've had your 2 career best seasons. Is this looking like a 3rd best season in a row for you?
I'd like to hope so, yeah. But the old fart's still running, so.
Now, you're certainly not the oldest driver in this field, certainly not the most experienced, but tonight, roared up there to take the lead from one of the youngest drivers in this field, Nathan Russell doing a great job. Hard to believe that heat race winners were back in the pack. Is this competition a little stiffer this year than 2009?
Yeah, definitely. With the new tires that they put under us here, it's harder to pass because the cars just don't slide up like they used to. And usually after 10, 15 laps, it starts to work itself out. But the beginning, like the heat races, they're really tough.
Does that make it a little bit easier on you when the car can't break free, or is that a little bit tougher for you in a feature?
It's tougher because it's hard. It's really hard to pass. I mean, I got into Gary a little bit there, because I was trying to go outside of him, and he wasn't giving it, and it's harder to pass. I mean, I hate to do that, but.
Well, the fans appreciate a great effort like tonight, and I know you appreciate your sponsors. How about a chance to thank the folks that put the money behind this team for you?
Yeah, well, Howard Concrete Pumping and Frank Howard, who's my employee, been with me the whole way since I started racing in 1996. So them and Donaldson Supply. And I'll also like to really thank the fans for coming out, and I hope this year can be a good year for us and all of us. And I'm just happy to be here.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the third straight year in Motordrome Speedway Victory Lane, Mark Poole. Al Minjock and Bob Garchak, both looking for career first wins, lead the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers to the green flag. 15 laps the distance. Hey, we're 3 wide in turn 2. Sheltman, McConnell, Etling. Now, and we got contact. Sheltman gets into McConnell. He spins in turn number 3. And the entrance to turn 3. Everybody gets them squared back up over there. Gary Ankrum in 21 may not be up to speed, so we're going to need a caution flag with 1 lap completed of 15. Disagreement on how fast the restart pace ought to be. Jimmy Christoffel in the 04 is an innocent victim of that one as the green flag comes out. And we're going to wave that start off. We're going to try one more time for an even-paced restart as Al Minjock, Zane Farrell, Tracy Keller, and Ron Eifert lead us back to the green. Kristen Etling got a jump on that start. We'll find out if that was a legal jump. And we're going to wave that start off one more try. Pass. Tracy Keller in second. Ron Eifert the third in third. This is the third event for the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers in 2010. Only one driver has been to victory lane, and that is Kristen Etling, who's now 4th, trying to maintain an undefeated season. Christoffel moves up to 5th in the 04. Zane Farrell, the race leader. Tracy Keller in 2nd, Ron Eifert the 3rd in 3rd. Eifert in 61 and Farrell, the race leader, the 2 youngest competitors in the field. And now Kristen Etling moving to the outside of Eifert in car 8. And Kristen Etling being shown the black flag for passing on the restart before the green flag. And we got a car along the apron outside of turn 2, headed down the back straight. Bob Garchak Jr. is crawling along the inside retaining wall. Green flag is out. Tracy Keller glued to the rear bumper of Zane Farrell on this restart. They are pulling away from Ron Eifert the 3rd. 2 cars fighting for the 4th spot. It's Etling and Christoffel. Oh, we got a spin in turn 2. It's the 21 of Gary Ankrum. That might not be a spin. That car at one point did not come up to power. He may have just lost all power in that machine. Ankrum of Smithfield, a dirt track winner at the Farmington Speedway, which in that botched restart early on. Green flag is back out. It's Farrell, Keller, Etling, and Eifert. Challenge for second, Tracy Keller outside, Kristen Etling inside, light contact made. Keller makes a great save. Christoffel, meanwhile, moves around the 61 of Eifert. Farrell opens up a big lead, but a heated battle for second. It's Keller and Etling. Keller in the Martinelli's Auto BK Signs #1 from Asheville. And Etling in the New York's Bar #8, former Jimmy Stokes ride. Etling has made several of her passes tonight on the high side of the speedway. Keller using the middle of the speedway. Crossed flags, we're halfway through the Pro Auto Supply Service Charger feature. And a spin coming out of turn 4. Gary Ankrum in the 21 goes around. Caution flag for Gary Ankrum. He was a Charger competitor at one point in his career, but ran many more events in the Super Compacts here at Motordrome. 14 Zane Farrell takes the green flag. We're back up to full speed with the Chargers. It's Farrell, Keller, and Etling. Now Etling moves to the bottom after making most of her moves so far tonight on the high side of the speedway. No opportunity for a pass of Keller on the front straight, but down the back straight, a whole different story as Etling secures the inside lane door to door with Tracy Keller. And Etling picks up the second position. As Farrell hits the scoring line, there are 5 laps to go. It's Farrell, Etling, Keller, and Christoffel. But on lap 10, Farrell has what looks like a lead that cannot be dwindled in only 5 laps unless there's a caution flag. Etling drifted up a little high out of turn 2 that time, and Farrell's lead remains consistent in the 14 car. Farrell, an upset winner in 2009 as a teenage rookie, and then followed that up with a couple of more wins on the season. Zane Farrell, Kristen Etling, Tracy Keller still the top 3. Putting a lap on the 51 of rookie Mary Catherine Shimko in the Kevin Ludwig Racing entry. White flag waving for the king of the prom, Zane Farrell. And he's got a story to tell you in Victory Lane about last week, even before he talks about this week. For the first time in the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers in 2010, we have a different winner. Zane Farrell picks up the checkered flag with a win over Kristen Etling, Tracy Keller, Jimmy Christoffel, and Ron Eifert III. Zane, I know we want to talk about tonight's big win, but I want to talk first about last Friday night. Let's talk about the hectic schedule that you kept and why you did what you did.
Well, I had prom to go to, and my girlfriend didn't want to come, but after the first week, she decided, "Oh, I'll leave prom with you, and we'll go to watch racing." And left prom around 8:30, got here around 9, and just raced my race, went back.
Now, she sat here in her prom dress, so the big question that I want to know, did you leave your tuxedo on under the fire suit?
No, I put one of my dad's work shirts on under my suit.
All right, now let's talk about this week. A big win. You ended the dominance of Kristen Ettling. This car looked like it was on a rail. You just took off. Was that as easy from the driver's seat as it looked to all of us?
Kind of in the first half of the race, and the other half it kind of got real tight, and I couldn't turn it at all. I just kept watching my mirror for her, and she's a really good driver. It's a lot of talent, and I just kept watching, and this is the results.
And a chance to thank your sponsors and crew.
I'd like to thank West Newton Bike Shops the most, Linda Brown's Floral, and R&R Tree Service, Funk's Plumbing, S&S Automotive. A lot of them guys gave us a lot of money to put us where we are now.
And where he is now is Victory Lane. Ladies and gentlemen, the prom king, Zane Farrell. Fringes in the 47. That brand new car has been really fast so far in 2010. Green flag is out. We got contact as Mike George, the rookie, makes a veteran-like save and keeps from spinning that car out. Tringe is falling back as well as a result of all that contact. Race leader is young Steven Sheltman in the 11. As that Pittsburgh teenager now faces the task of holding off the hillbilly, Eugene Zerfoss in car 23. Zerfoss has only one win here at Motordrome, but was a dominant winner at the Jennerstown Speedway. Charging into third now, it's Bill Schwartz in 31, around the 48 of Paul Koffler III. Sheltman doing an excellent job as the teenager holds off the veteran. In fact, Zerfoss surrounded by a couple of teenagers. Bill Schwartz in 31, whose mother is a street stock competitor, rides in third. Working lap 3 of 15. And Schwartz has closed in on those top two drivers in a hurry. Now the leaders approaching the Kyle Komarinsky 33 to put the rookie a lap down. That works to Sheltman's advantage as he outruns Zerfoss by a couple of car lengths there. Now Schwartz takes away second from Zerfoss and is quickly challenging Sheltman for the lead. Schwartz and Sheltman, similarly aged drivers. Schwartz got his first win a couple of weeks ago, and Sheltman looking for that first win. Zerfoss in 23, about 3 times the age of each of the drivers he's fighting with on the speedway. Schwartz and Zerfoss going side by side again. Steve Long in the 27 is 5th, closing in quickly on Koffler the 3rd. He started deep in this field after a heat win tonight. With Sheltman out in front, there's a pair of 2-car battles behind him. Second spot, the battle is Zerfoss in 23 and Schwartz in 31. 4th spot, the battle is Koffler the 3rd in 48 and Long in 27. The crossed flags telling drivers we're halfway through this final feature of the night here on First Friday at Motordrome Speedway. Sheltman is not only holding steady with his lead, but maybe extending it, as Schwartz is all by himself in second over Zerfoss. Schwartz gained a couple of car lengths that time down the back straight. Here comes Steve Long. He's into 4th. He's past Koffler and reeling in the 23 of Zerfoss. And Long nearly throws that car sideways, crossed up in turn number 1, straightened it out in turn 2, and with 5 laps to go, he'll lose that position to Koffler as a result of that crisscross pattern in turn 1. Now in turn 4, Schwartz gains another couple car lengths on leader Scheltman. One thing we know about this lead battle, whoever comes out on top will not be celebrating with an ice cold beer, because neither one of these drivers are of legal drinking age as they close in to put a lap on young Kyle Komarinsky. Here comes Zerfoss looking to the inside again and for second place, and they make contact. Youngsters up front, Scheltman in the 11 and Schwartz in 31. Oh, they're very close together with 2 laps to go. Scheltman, he's got a year and a half of racing under his belt, but he's a freshly licensed Pennsylvania driver. If he slams into the door of another car in the test, I have a hunch he'll fail. Schwartz, in spite of that contact, takes over the lead. Zerfoss in 23 now fighting for second. We may have another repeat winner as the white flag is waving. Schwartz is out in front. Zerfoss is now in second by a fender. Long retakes the 4th position from Koffler. And in just 1 lap, Schwartz has built up a huge lead over that battle for second. Zerfoss on the inside. Can Scheltman get a career best second place out of this one? Checkered flag is waving. Bill Schwartz, the first repeat winner in the Super Compacts over Eugene Zerfoss, Steven Scheltman, Steve Long, and Paul Koffler III. Oh, Bill, we got a Subway gift certificate for you. I think you can relate to running up front for a long time and then losing the race within the last lap, because I think you've been in that position before. Tell us about that battle with another one of the youngest drivers in the field.
Oh, it was a long battle. I mean, I honestly didn't think I was going to come out and get him, but his car looked like it was starting to get loose. I got to hand it to him. He doesn't even look like the same driver. He looks amazing out there compared to what he was. And it doesn't even look like the same driver. It looks like Dale Earnhardt's in the car over there or something like that. He came a long way, and he's doing really good this year, and so am I, actually. But I'm glad.
A hug from his Street Stock Racing mom and a chance to thank your sponsors and crew.
I'd like to thank States Tire, Pizza and Gyro Express. I'd also like to thank Nick Bacalon, Mike Bacalon, and all the Bacalons that work on this car day in and day out. B4S Racing. I'm sorry. That's we got a new racing team, so that's the name of it now. So.
And he's a repeat winner, ladies and gentlemen, young Bill Schwartz for the second time in victory lane in 2010.